Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to create this look inspired by the 3 women in the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania. And I'm so excited to show you how I created this look. I feel like it's got a bunch of elements from the 3 women, which I've got my little display over here, if you will. I've got my little Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte behind me because they are the 3 women in the main event. I think my shirt will tell you who I'm rooting for. You guys know I love doing these wrestling inspired makeup tutorials, so let's get into it. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know who you're rooting for in the comments down below. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is use this guy that I have been loving so much. I went a little heavy-handed on this brow, but it's new from Anastasia, and what do they even call this? It's Dipbrow. They're Dipbrow gel. And this is the shade Soft Brown, which is what I use in the Anastasia powder and the pencil, which I don't use very often, but I saw this and I was like, is this gonna be like the Gimme Brow? Which if you guys watch me, it's a little messy, but I've got a makeup wipe. If you guys watch me or have seen my videos, you know that I really love Tarte's not Gimme Brow. Why am I calling it Gimme Brow? That's Benefit. I really love Tarte's Busy Gal Brow, not Benefit Gimme Brow. Tarte Busy Gal Brow. It's very similar to this. It's got a lot smaller of a spoolie, but this one's like super quick and deposits lots of product, where I find the Tarte one, it deposits, but you have to build it up a little bit more, and it gives you more of a natural looking brow, where this one can be a bit more of a bold brow. I wasn't originally going to do this video. My fiance actually gave me the idea to do it. I have another video that I've already finished for the most part that was going to come out this week, but I will release it for you guys next week. And I'm going to have to edit this so quickly because I am working like the night shifts this week. 2 nights in a row, so the time I normally would edit, I'll be working. I'm just taking a little plain spoolie that doesn't have anything on it and brushing through. I think that helps with any little bits that it got too heavy. I was using the product I need next to hold up my mirror. The product I needed was the Flawless Brow Trio. Again, another one of my favorites. You can tell that I use it all the time. This is from BH Cosmetics, and what I do after I use the Dipbrow gel is I go into the powder. Usually I'll go into the lighter one in the middle and just sort of go over the edges because they can look a little, I don't know, funky without having a nice border. I actually started playing around with this eye look last night because that's when Luke gave me the idea to do this, and it's a great idea. Just hoping I can get it edited out for you guys in time. But I was like, what can I do to really embody all 3 of the women? So I started the eye look last night. I don't really know what I'm gonna do for the rest of my face. We're gonna learn that as we go. So we'll see. I'm gonna take this Nars little eye base here. Still loving this. It's the Tinted Smudgeproof eyeshadow base. This is in the shade Light. You can see I've only done the upper part of my lid on the other side. And I do that on purpose because if I put shadow down there before I do my concealer or anything like that, then it gets kind of blended and smudgy and I can't really get my concealer to look as bright as I want it to. So I'm just going to take my sponge. This is from Eco Tools. It's already dampened, and I'm going to go around, and you see how it kind of cleans up the brow on the edges there. So now that that base is down, we're going to go into the palette that I'm using today. This one is from BeBella Cosmetics. It's their basic Beaus. I did want to use another one that had like Revolution, I think, in the name. I want to say there's one that has Revolution in the name, but this one had the colors that I really wanted. It's got those beautiful oranges and reds, and it's got this black color that we're going to play around with as well. So very, very beautiful palette. I really like their palettes. I've done videos on them before. You can totally check those out. But first thing we're going to do is take, hopefully you guys can see, this shade right here, the lightest one in the palette, and we're going to set down that base that I just put on the eye. This is just going to make the shadows we put on top blend a bit smoother so they don't catch on the base. I'm gonna take this big fluffy brush right here. This is, what is this one? It's a Morphe M441. And we're gonna go into, nice thing about this palette, even though I love palettes with mirrors, is for videos, I don't have to worry about like flashing you guys in the face with the mirror. This we're gonna take this color right here, and then with the same brush, I'm gonna go in a little bit lower with this orange. So you're gonna see that I start to transition between the lighter shade closer to the brow and then down to the warmer shade. Today was actually the perfect day to film because I watched Raw last night, and if you haven't watched the Raw before WrestleMania, don't listen to what I'm about to say, but basically Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda kicked the crap out of each other, and they were handcuffed, and they were trying to be put in police vehicles, and it was insane. It was really, really awesome. So really excited for their match. I think it was a great way to build even further. I mean, this match is the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania, so it's already got so much hype, but I was like, whoa. Especially when Charlotte like kneed Ronda in the face. Girl. I'm gonna sweep the color out because I don't have any of my face makeup on yet. I do recommend doing your eye makeup first because it is a deeper look. So you can see on this side I've got it really sharply cut out because I used a makeup wipe. But if you just bring the shadows out a little further than what you expect, then you'll have a little more success, I think, with getting a well-rounded look. I'm gonna go into that deeper orange and focus that right down here. It is gonna get covered up a lot by the burgundy tones we're gonna put down, but I wanted the orange because it reminds me of Becky. I feel like this looks really dramatic and I'm wearing a sweatshirt today, but I am wearing my Becky shirt. Not the man one, I don't have a man shirt yet, but I do have the Bad Lass one. I mean, I've done Becky looks before. I love doing looks inspired by Becky. I went to a show, like a live event, and I did a Becky look, and I actually got a hug from her. She rolled out of the ring and gave me a hug after, and it was awesome. All right, then I'm gonna take this itty bitty brush. This is one of the Jaclyn Hill Morphe brushes. This is the JH40, and I'm gonna go into a little bit of this, and a little bit, a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. So this one and this one. And I'm really gonna pack this on in the crease. I wanted to do a darker eye look because I feel like dark on the lid is very much a Ronda type of look. Make sure to drag it out to the corner. And I'll just go back into the orange and sweep that out in the corner as well so we get a nice clean connection of colors. Does it even make sense? So that when we cut it out, they blend together. I'm going to take this Bare Morphe M209 and I'm going to go into this sparkly black shade in this palette right here. Oh, right there. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to put another more prominent sparkle on top. I wanted it to be edgy but also glamorous. And with this shadow, the sparkles don't really stay. They're not very prominent. And I actually did this look as one with a wing when I did it last night, but I've done so many winged eyeshadow looks that I was like, let's give it a break, keep it a little more simple. And you'll see that when I put on this topper, this is from Natasha Denona. It's her Chroma Crystal Top Coat, and this is in, what do we call this shade? It's like metal black or something. Yeah, metal black. I'm just gonna take this with my finger and, whoops, it can get a little chunky, so I gotta make sure not to. I might have just gotten it on my pajama pants. No big deal. And there we go. You can see that kind of, it's got a bit of a bluer tone to it. But it adds such a beautiful shine to the eye that we wouldn't regularly have with the plain shadow. And it does make a mess, so again, makeup wipe on hand. I love this eye topper for smoky looks. It's almost like kind of like oil slicky. And then I'm going to take this little brush right here and I'm just going to take some of that out of the jar. It's not going to go on your brush as well as your finger, but I'm gonna go around the top part of my lid here. Then, if you haven't seen my last video, I think it's my last video. I'm all confused because I have one filmed for you guys already that I did. Anyway, Koki came out with these really pretty sparkly eyeshadows. It's their Crystal Fusion liquid eyeshadows. I swatched every shade that they have out if you're curious. They're very similar to the Stila shadows. This is the shade Lucky Star. I put that in the inner corner and under the brow. Again, this is kind of like my nod to Charlotte. She looks, I love when she wears gold, even though I'm not a big fan of gold myself. But when she wears it for any of her gear, she's got the beautiful blonde hair. So I just think it's perfect for her. And it matches the look. I always think about how much they probably have to put on like extra because they're on stage to really make their stuff stand out. Kind of like, I mean, stage makeup. You have to wear, you've got all those lights on you, and then they have to have their makeup on, stay on through the match. It's absolute insanity. The Glam Squad is so talented, and they're makeup artists if you haven't, and their hair, and they just do amazing stuff. I did a video, Glam Squad made me buy it because they've inspired so much of the looks that I create based off of the wrestlers, but their talent, I love looking at what products they're using, and it's so neat, and they're so open to sharing what they do, and I think that's amazing. I love when people, you know, share their talents and express their creativity and welcome other people's creativity. So, I know it's really corny, but that's how I feel. And now I gotta look straight ahead, make sure that they're not lopsided like they are right now because this side's down a lot more. And you just have to be really careful. Just keep working at it until you think that both sides are looking a little more even with each other. Looking good. I think this is such a fun look. I'm really, really happy with this. So let's move on to the face, which I have not done in a practice run or anything. So we're gonna kind of wing it and hope that it comes out okay. I'm gonna take this primer, which I haven't used on my channel in a while, I don't think. I got it a while ago, but I've been using it a lot recently, as you can kind of tell. It's the Elcie Pro Radiance Primer, but I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand. And I'm going to pat that all on my face. And this is just going to give a really nice glow to the skin. Again, all these women are always very glowing with their skin. They always look fabulous. So I'm gonna pretend that my skin looks like that too. So now that I've got my glow on, I'm gonna let that sit for just a second, and I'm gonna go back in with my brow powder, or just the brush maybe even, and just kind of run through, because you can see some of that bright eyeshadow, not bright, that like lightest one, got into the brows. And a lot of people do their brows after, which you can totally do. I just like to do mine first and then touch them up throughout the process. Now, I have been using this foundation a lot lately, and I used to use it all the time, and I don't know why I stopped using it. It's from the drugstore, and it has been making my skin look so good. It's the CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless 3-in-1 Liquid Foundation. I'm in the shade Classic Ivory as I throw it. But I don't know why I stopped using this. It does have a bit of a scent to it. It's got a scent to it, but it's been making my skin look so good lately, and I haven't been able to put it down. It's been beating out like all of my other foundations. It is a bit of a thicker formula, so it's gonna look a little funny with the sponge at first, but it does blend out. And I don't know, it's not super full coverage. You can kind of build it up to medium coverage, but I just feel like my skin's felt more moisturized too, which is kind of the point of having the Olay in the foundation. Luke and I are actually going to a tasting for our future wedding this weekend. So I'm gonna be trying some food during WrestleMania weekend, which I think we're gonna get home late the night that the Hall of Fame's on, so we'll probably fall asleep. Ooh. See how with the primer, I've still got such a nice, fresh glow to the skin. And it doesn't look as glowy if I don't use like a luminous primer underneath. I didn't take out any of my complexion products besides that apparently. So I'm going to use my trusty Urban Decay Naked Skin. This is in pink and this is going to brighten up under the eyes. Now because we've got such a dark shade on the lid, the under eyes, at least for me, are still going to look a tad bit dark. But not horrendous. Not horrendous. Courageous. Concealer. What do I want to use? I didn't take anything out. I have been using the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, but I don't know if that's kind of the... Or do I want to use the First Aid Beauty? They're both very similar, but this one's a little more hydrating. Or this one's a little more full coverage. So let's go with the NYX one, because I don't think I've shown it on camera before. What shade is this? This is Vanilla, I think is what I use in the foundation too, but what's really annoying with the foundation is the foundation gets clumped up in the cap. So I honestly haven't been grabbing for it just because I haven't wanted to clean, not the cap, but you know, the pump where the product comes out. I always lose product on my chin. Without fail. So let's go ahead and see how this blends out. I look crazy right now. It might be a hair yellow compared to the foundation. I haven't used this one with the Olay foundation, but you know, blend it out. It looks okay. It does brighten up a tiny bit, not a ton. NYX is pretty affordable too, or NYX. I don't know what everybody calls it. Some people call it NYX. Some people call it NYX. Gosh, see, I feel like my skin looks so much better using this foundation. It's crazy. Don't knock drugstore products because they can be amazing. Now, I do want to powder under my eyes just a little bit so they don't crease, but I am going to use a cream blush and maybe bronzer. We'll find out. But I am going to take a little bit of this and, okay, this Laura Mercier translucent powder, this is the one with like the glow to it. And I know they don't advertise it to put like all over your face. They want you to put it just on like the high points or whatever. But every time I put it on my entire face, everyone's like, wow, you're so glowy. And maybe it's not an actual compliment, but I feel like it looks good. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm taking my little Real Techniques brush and patting that under my eyes. I don't know if they make this anymore. This was like a limited Camilla Cabello L'Oreal liquid bronzer thing she came out with, but you can use whatever liquid bronzer you want. This might be a big mistake. It's very shiny. And I'm just gonna grab a tiny bit and hope it works out. Do I want to use a brush? Actually, I haven't used this brush for this before. And it's not doing too bad of a job. It's very soft, holy moly. I can get it into my hairline, which I'm gonna do because I'm so fair. Oh, that was a lot. Oh no, oh no. That looks alright actually. Alright. Not really contouring my nose, just adding a little bronze, but... So let's go ahead and warm up the skin, because these women are definitely tan, where not tan. Not in the slightest. Oh, there we go. That worked out. It worked. Just blend out all the edges. Doesn't look bad. I did a very light hand on my cheeks just because I knew it wouldn't blend as nicely as I would hope. Bring it back towards my ears. Okay, so normally I'd probably use like a stippling brush, but this one is a new cream blush from the Tarte Sugar Rush line, and it's Ocean Girl. Yes. And it's super cute. It looks like a little shell. And I'm going to take some of that on this brush and we'll just see how it goes. I don't know if it'll go on that well or if I'll have to use my fingers. But I don't want it to be too heavy. It does look like a very natural flush, which I like. Now I'm going to go ahead and powder the rest of my face. Where's my powder brush? This is the one they suggest because they want you to like hug it to the cheekbones like this. But since I put it all over my face, I'll just kind of dust it everywhere. So I'm going to take my trusted Ardency in Modster eyeliner and I'm going to line my waterline. Because we want this to be really smoky. It's going to make your eyes look a little bit smaller, but it really goes with the look. We'll just smudge it out and it'll add to that smokiness of the under eye, which Ronda definitely always has like an all around dark kind of eye look. I should have done like braids in my hair or something, but guys are getting a ponytail as usual. All right, so let's go into, I'm gonna go in that reddy tone in the outer edge here just to kind of match up. We'll put a little black down there as well, but we really want this burgundy purple to pop. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of that darker orange and focus that closer to the front where we're gonna put that gold. And then I'll take a little bit of that sparkly black and just focus that in the outer edge. And there's that beautiful gold. The Charlotte gold. So we got the sparkle, we got the boldness for Ronda and the darkness of the eye, and then the reddy burgundy orange tones for the man. I'm going to take a little bit of this Becca bronzer, very lightly, hopefully, and go around my face. I'm just going to focus on this side because I am really fair and I just want to blend, make sure it's not looking so stark everywhere. And I can make myself look a little warmer, even though I'm already looking pretty warm. Bring some down my neck so I don't look, you know, off. I did go kind of light with the cream blush, so I'm gonna go in just a little tiny bit, maybe with this Bare Minerals on the mauve one, very, very lightly, because I don't want to mess this up. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Don't want to go too blush heavy, even though I really like blush. And then, oh, I forgot to do the cream highlight I wanted to do. Crud. Okay, well, we'll just do regular highlight. That's all right. This hair, get out of here. So we're going to use Becca's Champagne Pop. That is not it. Those are my marbles. I'm gonna focus that on the cheekbones. I like this one because it's not too gold and it's not too pink. It's just very nice in between, and it does give a really beautiful glow. And I'm just gonna drench my skin in highlighter. And I'm going to set my face, and then we will put on mascara, lashes, maybe, and lip color. So this is the new Dewy Set Setting Spray from Anastasia. I've been using this a ton. The sprayer you really have to be a bit more aggressive with versus like the MAC Fix Plus, which is very similar packaging. So it is a little more spitty. At least mine is. I think I might have gotten one that was a little more aggressive than the other ones, because I have tested other ones in store and they haven't been like that, but it gives such a nice glow to the skin. My lips are so dry and really messed up, so don't judge me too hard on how it looks, but I had to use one of the Soraya Jade lipsticks, and I felt like I really needed to use the shade Charlotte because the eye look isn't as Charlotte as it is Becky and Ronda, so we're gonna do the Charlotte lip color. These lipsticks are so amazing. They're from Paige, the wrestler's makeup company. It lights up. Got a mirror, pretty neat. I might use a little bit of a darker lip liner and just see how that looks with the lip color. This one's from Wet n Wild. Love these lip liners. They're perfect pout gel lip liners. Don't be a lip biter. Just don't do it. This color on its own is really pretty. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like with the Charlotte lip on top, which is a little bit lighter. Actually, that looks really good, besides my flaking lips, but other than that, the two combined, I'm feeling it. Okay, so that lip liner is in the shade Don't Be a Prune, in case you want to do that pairing. I'm going to go ahead, curl my lashes, put on some mascara. I'm going to charge my camera battery so it doesn't die. And then I will check back in with you guys for the final look. I struggle real bad with lashes, so I'd rather not put that on camera. And I'm going to use this little mini Clinique High Impact Mascara. Just because I'm going to be wearing fake lashes, it doesn't really matter what mascara I'm going to put on. See, I am getting a little creasing on this side. But I think that's because I re-wet it with the setting spray. So I'll go ahead and fix that as well. I don't know about you guys, but I think this look could end right here. But I'm going to charge my battery real quick and put on my lashes, and I'll be right back. I did my best to put these lashes on. They don't look perfect, I know, but it is the Pure Lashes. They're really pretty. This is the style Bombshell, and they come in this really cool, like, holographic packaging. But overall, I'm really happy with this look. I feel like it's edgy. It's got a lot of power to it, which I feel like all three of them are going into this match so ready to kick butt. And the fact that it's the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania, so cool. Though I wish Sasha was in it, because, you know, she's my girl. But that's okay. She's still got time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun creating this look. I loved pulling inspiration from all three of the women and the Glam Squad, of course. You guys are amazing. Please remember to hit that like button. Let me know what you guys want to see. Subscribe. I love hearing from you. Again, let me know who you're rooting for in the comments down below. What do you think of this look? I'm really loving it. It's very dark and sexy, but powerful, like all of these women. It's been a hot minute since I've done a full face tutorial, so if you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.